Alright, here we're gonna factor a difference of squares. What is the difference of squares? That's a good question. We're gonna take a look. What is the difference of squares? Well, a difference of squares is any two perfect squares subtracted with a subtraction sign in the middle. That's all you'll have. So there we go. There you have it. There you go. Anything that can be written in the form a squared minus, it's important that it's minus, b squared. Note, if this is a plus, you can't do anything. Now, once you recognize that something is a difference of squares, it's gonna be real easy. This is gonna be so easy, like taking cheese from kangaroos. What? So our first task is simply to recognize what is a difference of squares. So let's talk about recognizing what a difference of squares is. So, recognizing a difference of squares, which of the following, here's the question. These aren't actually what you'll be doing. I just want to talk about recognizing them first. So these aren't the actual steps that you would have to do. Not yet, at least. So which of the followings are a difference of squares? Well, the questions that you're asking yourself are, is this a perfect square? Is this a perfect square? Is that subtraction? And if the answer is yes to all of those, then you got a difference of squares. In both cases here, is this a perfect square? Yeah, of course. Of course it is. Is 4 a perfect square? Well, yeah, you can rewrite this as 2 squared, right? That's what 4 is. And is that subtraction? Yes. So then this is a perfect square. So then yes. That is a perfect square. What about part B? Is this a perfect square? Well, how can I rewrite that? That's 5 squared, isn't it? 5 squared, a squared. So this is a perfect square. That, of course, is a perfect square because we're just squaring it. I can rewrite this as 5a quantity squared, right? Because that would be 5a times 5a. And that's 25a squared. Okay. So yes, that is. Yes, that is. And there's subtraction in between. So yes, this is also a perfect square. Or a difference of perfect squares. This one is a perfect square. This one is a perfect square. However, this is addition. So it doesn't work. So no. That's not a difference of squares. So that's just being able to tell what is and what is not a difference of squares. Now we're going to look at how to factor them. So this is the actual problems that we would have. Let me give you the difference of squares formula, and then we'll go from there. So if you have a squared minus b squared, so perfect square, subtraction. If you have that, then you can rewrite this as a, b with a plus or with a minus in there. That's all you have to do. That's it. Example 1. So here it says factor x squared minus 9. The first step 1, is to rewrite. Rewrite this as perfect squares. So I'll have the steps on the left side. So that means I have x squared. That's already written as a perfect square. And then I have the minus, and then 3 squared, right? 9 is the same thing as 3 squared. Okay. And then that means, by using my formula, right, I have a is x. And b is 3. So, I guess that's the second step. Identify what a and b are from the formula, right? A and b. So there we have that, and then just follow the formula. Well, a is x, and then plus, and then b is 3, and then x minus 3. It's just one of them is plus, one of them is minus, and now it's factored. That's it. So use formula. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It becomes really fast. I'll show you an example, another one. So factor this. Well, again, we have to rewrite it as perfect squares. That's an important step. So here, 16, that turns into 4 squared, right? And then we have the x squared. We need to write that as 4x squared, quantity squared. Because, right, we would be able to distribute that, and then we get back to the original. So that's important to write that. This is 6 squared. Now I need to identify A and B. Well, in this case, 4x, that's A, and 6, that's B. So then what's my answer? Well, my answer then is, well, A, 4x, plus 6, and then 4x minus 6. And that's all you do. It's beautiful. Isn't that nice and dandy? Okay, cool. Number 3, let's try another example. We got time. All we got is time. This is definitely a difference of squares. This part, well, this is 7 squared, so you can write 7 squared x squared. Remember, you have to put them in parentheses. 7x squared minus, right, this becomes 5 squared y squared. That's just 5y, quantity squared. So that means that's A, that's B, and I'm ready to finish. 7x plus 5y, undo, and 7x minus 5y. Remember, you just do 1 plus, 1 minus. And that's it. That's all we have, man. Let's do a really easy one. Well, first, p squared, that's already written how I want it. That part is A. That's an A. And then minus, this is 11 squared. So that part is B. So we just get B, or P plus 11 and P minus 11. And that's all we do. That's all we do. That's it. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Clap your hands. Do it right now. No? Okay, that's fine.